are going on a girls trip to Palm Beach, and I'm so looking forward to it. This is a spot that's been on my list for quite some time, and tonight we're actually going to a concert. So Jack Johnson will be coming to town, and he is one of my favorite musical artists. So that's sort of what sparked the trip, but I'm still looking forward to exploring. My impression of Palm Beach is that it is quite affluent and preppy, and there's beautiful interior design, hotels, restaurants, and of course the beaches. So we're gonna be exploring it all, seeing what there is to see, but so excited to take you along. Once we arrived in town, our first stop was Clematis Street, which is located right in the downtown area of West Palm Beach, and we had to wrap up a bit of work for the day. So we hung out in Alchemy, which is a juice bar, and they have a cafe and a little market. So this was a great place to hang out and get some work done. We got some veggie wraps, and I also got a juice, which was delicious, and it was a wonderful atmosphere to spend a bit of time. Around 3 o'clock, we went over to our Airbnb, which was located over in Palm Beach, which there's West Palm and then there's Palm Beach, which is really close to West Palm, just over the bridge, closer to the water. So this was a fabulous location, and the condo that we stayed at was super, super cute. I'll link it below. I will say it's so adorably decorated and very on theme with the Palm Beach atmosphere, but the lobby was a little less than ideal, and the parking was also a bit far away. So just keep that in mind. I still think it was a cute and cozy spot, but that's just something to consider. To dinner. It's been a very exciting afternoon, and yes, we are gonna celebrate with a meal, and then Jack Johnson, here we come. For dinner, we decided on Planta, which is located at the square, which appeared to be a great shopping and dining plaza. And Planta is actually a fully plant-based restaurant. So everything on the menu is 100% vegan, which was quite intriguing to us. So we gave it a go, and I can be a little iffy with fully vegan menus because sometimes I'm not a huge fan of faux cheese and things like that, but pleased to report that everything was so, so delicious. We got the lettuce wraps, a pasta, and the bang bang broccoli with the peanut sauce was scrumptious. Okay, we have a sad update. We're holding out hope, but they're not letting people into the amphitheater because of the weather. It's looking quite scary out there. So we're keeping tabs, but so far we're stranded in the parking lot with potentially no concert. Oh, because it's good. Good news, it's 2 hours later. We've been hanging on the car for 2 hours. But it's happening. We gotta dance in the rain to celebrate. from Palm Beach. We slept beautifully. We had quite the night. The concert was amazing.
The best.
It was so special. I mean, they're all just so talented, and just singing Jack Johnson outside with the palm trees. It's just summer, quintessential summer. So that was great. I got some merch too. I got this cute crew neck. I slept in it last night. It says "Meet me at the moonlight" on the front, and then also at the back. So we have a little souvenir, but now we just got ready for the day, and the plan is we are going to get some breakfast at this cute place called Hive, and then explore Worth Avenue. And we're packing our bathing suits. We're like planning to just spend the whole day exploring. We're ready to go.
Can't wait.
Can't wait. Can't wait. Enjoying brunch at Hive Bakery and Cafe was absolutely one of our top highlights of the trip. We were absolutely giddy. Everything was so beautifully designed, and as soon as you walked through the doors, the smells of the baked goods was so warming and inviting. And our sweet waitress, Carla, she informed us that Hive had only been open since March, so it's fairly new, and I absolutely would say this is a must-do when you find yourself in Palm Beach, because again, everything was so well designed and our meal was so delicious. The coffee was great. I also got the Hive juice, which was quite refreshing. After our meal, we strolled over to the Hive Home Gift and Garden section, which is located right by the bakery and cafe. This is such a fun store to browse around. They have a bunch of different home decor, stationery, bedding, kids items, pet items, gifts. It was so fun to get lost in here, and we felt like they had such a classic collection of Palm Beach design items. Then we drove over to Antique Row, which was only about 4 minutes away from Hive, and this is a charming district with over 40 antique shops, and the selection is specific, I would say. It's a collection of 17th to 20th century antiques and very fine and decorative pieces. So it wasn't totally our style, to be honest, but it was still fun to browse around and see all of these intricate antiques. This day really turned into a window shopping day, because then our next stop was Worth Avenue, which is another iconic spot in Palm Beach. It's an upscale shopping and dining district, and when they say upscale, they mean upscale. It's a very affluent and landscaped area, so it was so fun to drive around the neighborhood and see all of these lavish homes and estates. And again, we did some window shopping. We strolled down Worth Ave, which is such a stunning street because of the landscape and extravagance of the buildings and, of course, the items in the buildings. So we had fun doing some window shopping and looking at price tags. Strolling all the way down the street, you'll stumble upon the Worth Avenue Clock Tower, which is at the end alongside the beach, and it is quite lovely, such a beautiful view. Stop was the Breakers Palm Beach, and this is an incredibly opulent and luxury resort. I wasn't sure if we would be able to just drive in, but thankfully we were able to. We just told the security guard that we were hoping to grab a cup of coffee and stroll around. The Breakers is founded by Henry Morrison Flagler, which if you live in Florida, you've probably heard of that name before, because he truly transformed South Florida into a vacation destination. The Breakers was originally called the Palm Palm Beach Inn, and it opened in 1896. And unfortunately, it later burned down in 1903 during some construction, but it was able to reopen again in 1904, and it was a sought-after destination for the early 20th century American upper class, like the Rockefellers and the Vanderbilts. In 1925, the breakers burned down yet again when one of the guests left her curling iron plugged in the guest room. So that is quite the story. There's so much history here, but again, it's such an interesting place to walk around and take in because of the opulence and grandeur of it all. After grabbing some drinks and exploring the breakers, we went to a couple more spots to do some more window shopping. We went to Love Shack Fancy and Stony Clover Lane, which are right next to each other and are two extremely feminine and fun shops to browse around. Resting in our condo for a bit, we grabbed some dinner from this market that was just down the street, and we decided to have ourselves a beach picnic, and we spent the rest of the day oceanside, and it was so incredibly lovely. We were able to set up our chairs and umbrella, and we stayed all the way until after the sunset and the moon came out. We actually didn't realize that the beach closed after sunset, so an officer came down a bit after sunset and was like, "Hey guys, you gotta leave. The beach is closed," but that's how much we were enjoying ourselves. Also, I did want to mention parking by the beach. There are parallel parking spots that you don't need to pay for, or you don't need a parking permit after 5:30 p.m. So we waited until 5:30 and were able to park no problem.
Without my love for the ocean.
We are home from the beach. We ended up spending, let's see, we got there around 5:30. Actually, I know we got there at 5 because the parking right near the beach, the expiration of when you could park there, it ended at 5:30. So we kind of waited by the car until we could park there at 5:30. So we were there from 5:30 and it's 9 o'clock right now. So we had quite the relaxing, peaceful evening at the beach. It was lovely. The water was so warm. It was like bath water practically. So that was delightful, but it was still refreshing because it was quite a toasty day. We've noticed that Palm Beach, it appears to be, I could be mistaken on this, but it seems very accurate that this is actually the off season for the Palm Beach area. I think it's quite common for snowbirds to live here during the winter months and then go back up north during the summer. So we noticed, especially at the beach tonight, there are a lot of condos that have shutters on the windows already, and they look like locked up and done for the season. So, and a lot of the shops today, it had signs that said, especially on Antique Row, it had signs that said summer hours, which makes you think that they're a reflection of less crowds. So, and it hasn't felt super crowded or busy. So that's something to note. But it's been such a lovely, lovely day. We did quite a bit. I would say, I think we both would agree on this. Liz is in the shower right now, but I think the number one part of the day was Hive for breakfast, and then getting to walk around their showroom and seeing all the beautiful, intricate, and coastal furniture and interior design. That was just such a fun way to kick off the day, and breakfast was so delicious, all the pastries. So I feel like that was the highlight of the day, but it's been such a beautiful one, and I'm so thankful. And tomorrow we're headed home, so we have some plans for the morning, so I'm excited for that. But it's been such a sweet time. Good morning. We are all packed up. Look at that cute yellow sunshine over there. We are off to breakfast now. We had a morning stroll on the beach. The sand was very, what's the word for it? We like sunk into the sand. It was very dense.
And sloped big time.
Yes. So we were just getting our workout on the beach this morning. So we went for a short beach walk, but it was lovely, got some fresh air, and so now we're gonna get some breakfast at a bakery. And then our final destination is gonna be a Loggerhead Marine Sanctuary. I forget the exact title, but we're gonna get some nature, some wildlife inspiration to cap off the trip. Grabbing our morning coffee from Chickmunk was such a delight. We were able to meet and talk with the owner and founder of Chickmunk Coffee, and the coffee is directly sourced from her family farm in India. So we were able to hear a bit about her background and her family and this beautiful brand that she's created, and you can really taste and tell the quality of the coffee. It was so delicious, and again, the founder is truly a delight. Walk, we packed up the condo and grabbed breakfast at Loic Bakery, and it was so tasty. We both got avocado toast and everything looked so delicious. In West Palm Beach was the Grandview Public Market, and this is a sort of indoor farmers market and marketplace, so they have a variety of different eateries and shops. It was pretty quiet when we went because we went in the morning, but our main stop that we wanted to check out was Gypsy Lust Surf Shop, and this is such a cool shop. They had a beautifully curated collection of clothing, accessories, and of course surfboards. I also loved their collection of ukuleles. It was a really fun spot to browse around and grab some souvenirs. Stop of the trip was the Loggerhead Marine Life Center, and this was such a sweet time. It is an open access community serving organization with a passion and goal to advance ocean conservation. So of course they specialize in loggerhead research and rehabilitation and education. So this is a great place if you're wanting to learn more about these creatures. At this time, they didn't have any full-grown sea turtles on site that you could see, but when they are getting rehabilitated, they have these tanks where the sea turtles will heal and rest before they let them back into the wild. So it's a great spot, and you can check their website to see if they have any turtles there currently. Of course, it's a good thing if they don't have any turtles, because that means that there aren't any that we know of that need rehabilitation. But we did have a bit of a special moment. One of the marine biologists came in with some baby sea turtles, and she asked if we wanted to see them, which was so special. They were so incredibly precious, and she let us know that since these hatched after 9 a.m., in order to kind of keep them safe from the predators of the day, they release them at night so they have a better chance of survival. And just so you know, this is located in Juno Beach, which is about 20 to 30 minutes north of West Palm. It was such a lovely trip. I'm so thankful that we were able to do that and make some summer memories. Definitely a beautiful destination to cap off the summer season, and lots to explore, lots of yummy food to enjoy, and of course just being so close to the ocean I always find to be so refreshing and inspiring. So again, super thankful. We did stop by that cool surf shop that I showed you, the Gypsy Life Surf Shop, and I did pick up a few goodies, so I wanted to do a haul. I picked up this hat for Brandon, actually. I think he'll really like it. I like the color of it. I feel like it's a great neutral fabric that can fit with a bunch of different outfits, and it's nice and lightweight, which is good for Florida, so it's breathable. And then I also picked up this little baby toy for one of my friend's babies whose first birthday is coming up. So I thought this was precious, and they love the beach and ocean, so it's just so cute. They had a lot of varieties also. And then the last item is this tank, I guess you could say. This one's for me. It's this nice brown color because now that autumn is approaching, I'm trying to not buy any summer-inspired clothing pieces to kind of transfer the style for the season, but this is still a good breathable shirt because it still will be warm in Florida for quite some time, but I love the color, and the texture is what sold me because it's nice and stretchy but still like kind of supportive, I think. So that's what we picked up, but that was a really fun store to stroll around in. They had such a beautiful curation of pieces. So that was a great stop, but thank you so much for following along and spending time with us. I hope you enjoyed this vlog, and if you're coming to West Palm or Palm Beach area soon, I hope it provides some inspiration and places to see, but I love you all and cannot wait to see you next.